Thank you, thank you. We all want to see match number 6 coming up here. So let's meet these teams. Who's on the Red Alliance? We have, first of all, hey Kyle, let's do a selfie intro. 4468.
From Atlanta, Georgia, GE Volunteers, Johnson Research and Development, Gate 6 Solutions. That's the Fernbank Lynx.
Long-time Georgia team, 832.
From Roswell, Georgia, GE Volunteers, Lockheed Martin Aeronautics, Applied Handling Systems, Oscar.
And rounding it out, 4749.
From Johns Creek, Georgia, GE Volunteers, Averna, Genesis Technology USA. That's Pisgah Robotics.
All right, over here on the Blue Alliance, first we have 5582.
From Sharpsburg, Georgia, Trinity Christian School. That's Rex Machina.
And their alliance partners, 4459.
From Lithia Springs, Georgia, General Electric and Lithia Springs Comprehensive High. That's the Leotex.
And rounding out the alliance, we have 5336.
From Sewanee, Georgia, Automation Direct and Lambert High School, Longhorn.
Here we go. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off in autonomous mode as 4749 Pisgah Robotics gingerly goes over the scoring platform with a yellow tote in their possession. All this action you see right now, programmed by the students. 4749 releases the tote as 832 moves the yellow tote out of the zone.
Yeah.
Now 832 Oscar.
Yeah. Was it muted or something?
At the tote chute on the side where the human players can feed. Totes to the robots. Litter flying. That's those little pool noodle things with the red and blue stripes. Those litter pieces need to be recycled. If they're not recycled, they could be valuable points for the Alliance. As we see it floating through the air with the greatest of ease. No, okay, that's 4468. That would be Fernbank Leaks places. A 5-stack on top of the scoring platform worth 10 points. All kinds of action taking place on the field as litters flying from outside of the field into the opposing Alliance's zone. There's 55-82. That's Rex Machina there at the landfill collecting those totes. Those totes worth 2 points per level stacked. As we see 44-68 Fernbank Leaks moving with ease with their totes across the field to the scoring platforms as Oscar wrestles with a recycling container. Wow, 47-49. That's Pisgah Robotics. Looks like they're trying to get a 5-stack of totes going with 40 seconds left to go in the match. If they can get that with that and it tumbles over as they were trying to build that stack. They're going to regroup and try to restack again. They still have 30 seconds left to go as Oscar now in position to try to place one of those recycling containers on top of a stack. There they have. They have placed it on a stack. Looks like a 4-stack. It's a 3-stack. That 3-stack with that recycling container worth 18 points. 5 seconds left to go in the match. And that's the end. We'll let the referees determine what the final outcome is. These teams now have established their average going forth. We'll see what those averages are here in just a second. No fouls in that match. It's a final score, 53 for the Red Alliance, 21 for the Blue. That's the starting average. Throughout the day, keep an eye on those average scores as those qualifying matches take place. The higher the score, the more the potential for the averages to increase.
Here we go, match number 17. Let's meet these Red Alliance teams. Down here on the end, we got 50-45.
Spartans.
In the middle, 13-19.
Flash.
And down on the end, 44-68.
Fernbank Lynx.
All right, over here on the Blue Alliance. First up, we have 35-73.
The Ohms.
And their alliance partners, 41-48.
Swagbots.
And rounding out the alliance, we have 52-93.
The Metal Crusaders.
Hey, save your voice. Tomorrow's the day, not today. Tomorrow. You too. I've done this already. I know you have.
All right, locking up the field, locking up the field. Here we go. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush!
Autonomous we go into once more. That's number 17 of 88 with 10 seconds left to go. What you see programmed by the human participants. 3 seconds left to go on autonomous before the human players take control. Trying to score as many points as they can to bring those averages up and move up in the rankings. 52-93 to Metal Crusaders at the landfill zone, while Flash over at the Human Alliance player station picking up those totes. Each of those gray totes scored on those white platforms in the Alliance zones worth 2 points per level, as we now see 44-68 placing a stack of 4 worth 8 points. It's toppling. No. It has to rest fully on top of the platform in order for it to count. Right now we see a 5 stack for the Red Alliance with capped with a green recycling container. That stack worth 30 points as the litter flies from one end of the red zone into the blue zone. Unprocessed litter gets 4 points for the opposing alliance. A landfill zone in the middle where you see those 4 green stacks of recycling containers. A lot of action out there still with 50 seconds left to go in a match. Anything can happen. A lot of scoring potential out there. Maximum points that can be scored in any stack is 42. Right now we have a 30-point stack, a 4-point stack, a 2-point stack. We have another 30-point stack attempted by Flash for the Red Alliance. They back away from it. That's a 30-point stack there as well. As the Blue Alliance still continues to move back and forth with 20 seconds left to go in the match. Here comes Flash with a recycling container. They're going to try to place it on top of another stack to give them those valuable points. 2 points per level. Oh, my goodness. A stack gets knocked over. It may not count. We'll let the referees make that determination. A lot of totes scored on the Red Alliance. A lot of point potential out there. We may have a new high score for the match, for the competition with match number 17. We'll wait and see. All clear given to transition into match number 18. No fouls in that match. Let's take a look at the score. 135 for the Red Alliance. New high score for the event. 15 for the Blue. All of the Alliance team members move up in the rankings, as you see, while 52-93 maintains its position. 35-73 moves up slightly, and 41-48 drops slightly in the rankings. It's all about the average, and that 135 didn't hurt their averages any.
Here we go, back on the field. We're getting ready for match number 29. We're going to meet the Red Alliance beginning with Team 1771.
NGR.
In the middle, Team 1261.
Robo Lions.
And down on the end, we got 283.
The Generals.
All right, over here on the Blue Alliance, first up we have 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
And their alliance partners, 5410.
Eagle Robotics.
And rounding off the alliance, we have 5482.
Love it, Robotics.
All right, here we go. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush.
And Otto one more time. Match number 29 of what will be 88 qualifying matches here at the Peachtree Regional. With 3 seconds left to go in the match. Or, not the match. Now we're 2:15 to go in the match. 5482, love it, Robotics. They're over there collecting those totes from the tote chute at the Alliance Human Player Station. Now 283, the Generals. They're being fed those yellow totes. On the side, there is already one yellow tote in the center. On the step, if 283 can successfully maneuver their way across the field over to the center platform and place those 3 totes, they will give and gain 40 valuable points for each alliance. Those points can be valuable. They're setting them down. They're pushing. Oh, they pushed them and they fell over. That was a valiant try. 283 maneuvers around, getting into position for a different strategy now as litter flies all over the place. 5410, Eagle Botics. They're over there with a tote, placing it on top of the scoring platform. Now reaching for one of those recycling containers. Each level scored as you see 1261 moving towards the totes on their alliance. Each level of height equals 2 points in those totes. A recycling container placed on top is 4 points per level. You can basically figure out the score by taking the total points for the tote height, multiplying it by 3 when they add one of those recycling containers on top. If they happen to get one of those recycling noodles in there, you add 6 points. A lot of action still going on with 10 seconds left to go in the match. There we're trying to complete a 5-tote stack there on the Blue Alliance. Successful. That one would be worth 30 points. All right. That match is in the books. We're going to see how it affects the rankings and the total average here in just a second. And here comes the score, 66 for the blue, 30 for the red. There were 18 foul points that occurred when those yellow totes toppled over into the Blue Alliance zone. 6 points per tote, foul assessed. As you can see, all 2 of the teams in the Blue Alliance moved up in the rankings. Wow. 44-68 dropped down to 4th from 2nd place.
All right, down here on the field, match number 37. Let's meet the Red Alliance, beginning with Team 3861.
Steel Talons.
In the middle, their robot on the side here, 3410.
Life.
And down on the end, 5608.
Lassiter Robotics.
All right, over here on the blue lines, first we have 4112.
Eagle Bots.
And their last partner is 5405.
Robo Lions of Chattanooga.
And rounding out, we have 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush.
And here we go in match number 37, Autonomous. As 3410 and 3861 both head towards the auto zone. They must, all the robots, in order to score. Oh, look out now. Still had 2 seconds left to go in the match. 3410 decided it wanted to go a little bit further. That's life. As 4112, that's the Eagle Bots. They have one of those yellow totes in their possession. 3410 at the scoring platform. They're sliding. They finally make it off of the platform with 5608 Lassiter right beside them. 4112 now has a second tote in their possession. The yellow totes trying to move. Somebody, that means we got a field problem there, and we're going to restart the match. Reset and restart.
I think we're back online here down on the field. You know the teams. Let's try this again. Match number 37. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush.
And once again with match number 37, we go into Autonomous as 3861 rocks and rolls on the scoring platform. Here we're down to 3 seconds left to go in Autonomous, and we now have the human players take control. Here they go, 5608 at the landfill, 4112 with one yellow tote in sight, the second yellow tote in their possession. They stack the two yellow totes together as 4468 to Fernbank Lynx. They have two totes in their possession. Grab a third one from the landfill. 5405 at the landfill collecting those totes as well. 3861, that would be the Steel Talons there at the landfill working on gathering some of those scoring totes. While the Lassiter Robotics, they pick up and slide two totes onto the scoring platform. Here comes their partner Life, close behind, moving towards the scoring platform with a recycling container in their possession and one of those recycled pieces of litter, also known as pool noodles. They set it on top. That's 2, 4 times 3 is 12 plus 6. That's 18 points right there for that stack. Each level of tote stacked is worth 2 points. If they can place one of those recycling containers, those green 32-gallon trash can looking things, they can place one on top. That green recycling container gives them additional 4 points per level stacked. As the Eagle Bots place a recycling container with a recycled litter piece in on top of 4 containers. 2, 4, 6, 8 times 3 is 24 plus 6. That's a 30-point stack right there for the Blue Alliance. We have 2 totes already in the middle as 3410 approaches with 2 more. If they can successfully place it on top, 40 valuable points awarded to each alliance as we're under 20 seconds left to go. 3410 trying to get into position. They're getting closer. They're trying to get that stack completed. They have 10 seconds still left to do it. Oh, watch it. There's still all kinds of action going on the field as it slips and falls just short of completing the co-opetition set and stack. That was a valiant effort as we end match number 37.2. And here's the score. Let's see what happens. 58 for the Blue Alliance, 20 for the Red. As two of the three members move up and one member moves down in the Blue Alliance. Slip from 4 to number 5 with that 58 score. They still maintain a 78-point average, still in the top 10. 41-12, they moved up to the 11th position, getting ever so close to that top 8.
All right, match number 51. Let's meet the Red Alliance, beginning with team 2415.
Oh, Wildcats.
In the middle, 832.
Oscar.
And down on the end, 3318.
Robo Dragon.
Over here on the Blue Alliance, first up, 4092.
Jackson Robotics.
And their alliance partners, 3139.
Omega.
And rounding it out is 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
All right, let's lock up the field. We are powered up. Forgot a tote. Or didn't forget a tote. All right, here we go. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush!
And we're off and running in autonomous once again. As 2415 stretches their arms out and tries to grab those green recycling containers. In autonomous. With 1 second left to go, we're down to the end of the match. Into the autonomous portion of the match. Now we have the robots off and moving as Oscar moves over to the yellow tote, tries to collect those. The Wildcats pull their arms up. Moving around the field. 832. They've got $31.39. Omega moving over there by the tote chute, trying to collect those totes from the outside as 4092 Jackson Robotics heads towards the center of the field with 2 yellow totes. 4468 the Fernbank Lynx. They were in 4th place at the beginning of the match. They stack a 5-stack tote worth 10 points right now as it stands. 31-39 Omega places 2 on top of the scoring platform as Oscar moves to the middle of the field. With 2 yellow totes. 4092 Jackson Robot. They're working together with 832. They're going to try to score some points in the middle of the field with those yellow totes. Cooperation set is 4 totes placed on the center platform. Cooperation stack is 4 totes placed in a column on top of the center platform. And that's completed. 40 points for each alliance for that cooperation right there. As we have a 5-stack. Gets bumped and knocked over by 4092 right then as litter flies through the air all over the place. Litter unprocessed on each side of the field. Scores 4 points for the Alliance. The Blue Alliance scores 4 points if their litter is still in the field of play for the Red Alliance and not recycled in one of the containers or in the landfill as we just reached 15 seconds left to go in the match. Watching the preliminary scores, it's going to be a close one. 4468 came in with an 85 average. It's 31-39 came in with a 58-point average. Right now, if the score holds, they may move up or they may hold steady. It all depends on what the final score is. If there were any foul points or anything like that, it might have affected the outcome. No fouls in match number 51. Take a look and see what happens to the score. 101-65 was the final as all of the teams in the Red Alliance move up. 44-68 slides down just a little with that score of 65 as 4092 moves up in the rankings. 3139 holds steady at number 12.
Match number 65 down here on red. Let's meet the Red Alliance, beginning with team 4020.
Cyber Tribe.
In the middle, 5651.
Jaguar Engineers.
To help me with this last team, please welcome our flag ninja Clark. We have team 3265.
Techno Tribe.
All right, over here on the blue lines, first up, we have 4193.
The Raptors.
And their alliance partners, 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
And rounding out the alliance, we have 343.
Metal in Motion.
We are all green. Here we go. All right, that was the spot for the robot. Here we go. Drivers back in the box, behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush!
2 minutes and 30 seconds is the total time for the match. 15 seconds of the match right now dedicated towards autonomous. That's where the robots roll on their own, while now the humans are controlling their actions. Scoring opportunities abound all over the field, anywhere from 1 to 42 points available in Recycle Rush. The gray totes worth 2 points per level that they're stacked on top of the scoring platform. Those are those white-colored platforms that you see in each alliance playing field area. 56-51, the Jaguar Engineers. You see them in the Red Alliance. They were at the landfill and backed over the scoring platform as 41-93, the Raptors. They're over at the human player station where they're collecting those totes through the tote chute on the side as 343, Metal in Motion, begins stacking totes on their robot. 44-68, their partner Fernbank Lynx moves up. Oh, they're working together there. 44-68 places 3 down, while 343 places 3 on top. That right there, my friends, is the maximum points that you can get for a tote stack of 42. Each level that the totes are stacked worth 2 points. Placing one of those green recycling containers on top of the tote stack gets you 4 points per level stacked. And then add that piece of litter in the top, that pool noodle, that gives you an additional 6 points. The best way to determine what the score is, just quickly looking, is count the number of totes that are stacked. Multiply that number by 3, and that's the total without the pool noodle. As the Red Alliance currently has 2 stacks of 2 worth 4 points and a single stack worth 2 with 18 seconds left to go in the match. Here goes 343 as their recycling container tumbles off with 4 seconds left to go. 3 of the totes tumble off their 5 stack, but they were still able to successfully place 2. And that ends match 65 of what will be a total of 88 qualifying matches. There were no fouls in that match. Let's take a look at what happened to the averages. 66 for the Blue Alliance, 13 for the Red, as we see 343 and 44-68 maintain their positions in the rankings, while 41-93 climbed in the rankings, And the members of the Red Alliance with that 13-point score dropped slightly with their rankings and averages.
All right, we're getting set down here on the field for match number 76. Let's meet the Red Alliance, beginning with Team 4701.
Team Wire.
In the middle, who is it? It's 1398.
Robo Raiders.
And down on the end, 4188.
Columbus First Alliance.
All right, over here in the blue lines, first up, 4149.
Glambots.
And our last partners, 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
And rounding out the alliance, we have 2973.
The Mad Rockers.
Field is locked, just waiting on green. Red Alliance has some support out in the fans. What about the Blue Alliance? No one? 2973? 4468? 4149? $41.88, still holding on to that number one position nicely. They're going to want to hang on to that after this match, keeping up their average score. Over on the other side of the field, 4468 is currently sitting on the number 6 spot. If they can hang on to that, they will be able to choose some alliance partners for the playoff tournament later today.
Don't forget, after you finished your final match, you need to go get reweighed. After you've completed your final match, you need to get remade. Weighed.
All right, match number 76. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush!
76 is off and running and autonomous. They have the robots doing all the action on their own right now for 15 seconds of a 2-minute and 30-second match. Now we have humans taking control. Scoring points by stacking totes on the scoring platforms. Those two white platforms that you see in each one of the Alliance playing field. 2973 approaches the scoring platform as 4149 dances around in the Blue Alliance zone. 4188, they're currently our number one ranked team with an average of 101. They need to score high in order to maintain their position in the rankings. 4468, the Fernbank Lynx, they're in the top 8, and they need a high score as well to attempt to stay in the top 8. It's all about the averages here, folks. Doesn't matter whether you win or lose. As the litter comes flying across the field, the Fernbank Lynx, they pick up a stack of 5 totes, place it on the scoring platform. Those 5 totes worth 2 points apiece. Stack that high, makes it a 10-point stack right there. The Red Alliance currently has a 4-tote stack with a piece of litter in a recycling container on top. That's worth 30 points as it stands. And there's 2973 flipping over and trying to place a 5 stack on top with a recycling container. It topples over with them right there as they reach the scoring platform. 4188 grabbing one of those recycling containers as their partners. 4701 Team Wire at the landfill collecting totes. 4149, the Glambots in the middle of the field, moving at the scoring platform as 2973 regroups and tries to score some more points with 20 seconds left to go in the match. 4188 places another 2 totes on stop. That's another 30-point stack. Still a lot of scoring potential. We have 7 seconds left to go in the match. And that's the end of qualifying match number 76 of what will be 88 qualifying matches. There were no fouls in that match. No fouls. Let's see if 4188 and 4468 were able to maintain their positions. Let's check it out. 87-54. The Red Alliance team members with 4188 moved up in the rankings. 4468 and 2973 held their positions, while 4149 moved up in the rankings and qualifying average as well. It's not whether you win or lose, it's the average, folks.
All right, ready for match number 83. Let's meet the Red Alliance, beginning with team 4468.
Fernbank Lynx.
In the middle, 5332.
Coaster Tech.
And down on the end, 108.
Sigma Cat.
All right, over here on the blue lines, first up, 5536.
The Titan Alliance.
And their alliance partners, 5132.
Robo Clovers.
And rounding it out, it's 5632.
Azamovian.
Here we go. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, rush.
Match number 83 of 88 qualifying matches in autonomous right now. With 10 seconds left to go, the robots are doing what they're supposed to do, hopefully, programmed by the human players. as now the human players take control of the robots. We'll see how they react throughout the match. We have our number 7 and our number 13 teams in the match at this time. They need to score as many points as possible to maintain or move up in the rankings. 51-32, that's the Robo Clovers. They currently have 2 yellow totes on their robot, looking to pick up a 3rd yellow tote. Those yellow totes can only be scored in the center platform step as part of a cooperation stack or set. Litter is flying all over the field. Teams that can throw litter from their alliance station onto the opposing alliance's field may be able to get 4 points per piece of litter, depending on where it lands. Recycling containers, the green trash cans that you see there, basically there to cap off the stacks and collect recycled litter. They're worth valuable points. If they can be stacked on top of a tote stack, they will be worth 4 points per level of tote stacked. Right now we see 56-32 Azimavians stacking a 3 tote stack. 2, 4, 6 points for that stack right there. As 44-68, the Fernbank Lynx have 5 totes in their possession. Now they're on the scoring platform. They set it down and back away. That's a 10-point stack right there. Actually, that's a 12-point stack since there's 6 totes there. 51-32, they're going to cap off that 3-tote stack. That's worth 24 points for that stack. That recycled piece of litter in that recycling container gives them an additional 6 points per stack. 12 seconds left to go in the match. Scoring opportunities still available out there as the robots continue to move the recycling pieces around. That ends match number 83 of what will be 88 qualifying matches. No fouls in that match. Let's see what the final scores are and how it affects the average. 54 for the Red Alliance, 32 for the Blue. And we see that with that score, Team 108, who was in 13th, dropped slightly to 14th. 44-68, who was in 7th, was able to maintain their position in the rankings with that 54-point score. As we move into match 84 of what will be 88 qualifying matches.